What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. This is episode 18. I'm your co-host, Antonio Perez. This is my other co-host, that way, Daniel Cole. We got a great episode for you guys today. We're going to be talking about, of course, our summits, plummets for the week. We're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs, how they've been real funky lately, and of course, some OTA headlines. Football starting to get back into things. At the end of the episode, we're going to be giving our free jersey giveaway winner. We're going to be announcing it. Thank you to everyone who entered. Has helped us grow a lot. And just keep doing. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff like this in the future. So just keep subscribing, keep giving us love, and we'll keep things rolling. Before we get started, Danny, how are you doing today?
Man, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the world of basketball, in the world of baseball. There's a lot going on, a lot to look out for.
Yeah, Bryce Harper hit that 2-run homie last night in the ninth. I don't know. I don't know if the Phillies won or not, but
And then they
I just see.
blew the lead.
Oh, we blow it. Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, they're Brady to the walk. Yeah, it's very.
Oh, so is our pitching again?
Of course, it's always the pitching. Yeah,
It's like that. It's like that Carmelo picture. This is nothing new.
nothing
All right.
new for the Phils.
Well, dang, my summit was going to be the Phillies, but now they don't deserve to be in the episode. Danny, you can go first. Go first with your summit. I'll go first with my summit.
My summon, I'm staying in the realm of baseball. 6 straight wins for Dirty Water in Boston. The Red Sox on a roll. 116-2 last night. Can't really beat that. That's a heck of a baseball score. And winning 6 straight, you were sitting 14-22, and now you're sitting 20-22. I mean, they're making a push to come back into the contention.
I like that. I like that. I have a weird summit that because of the week he's had. My summit is Luka Doncic, and I think, hear me out. The reason he is my summit is because the team around him is so ass that we can admit he needs help. What players do we sit back and be like, damn, he really needs some help?
You said
Giannis could
LeBron.
use some. LeBron, Giannis. What other players do we really like? Damn, he needs. Joel Embiid needs help.
Not K.
Jokic,
Disney.
Jokic needs help. I don't think Jokic needs help. I think he just needs his guys to be healthy. Um, Only the generational guys you say, oh, they need help. Like, you'll never hear someone say, someone get Devin Booker some help. Like, no, yeah, you don't say that. You don't hear them say, someone get Donovan Mitchell some help. No, no. They don't even say get Jason Tatum some help. Well, because Jason Tatum's played on a stacked roster for most of his career. But Luka's
Mm-hmm.
my summit. He's turning it. He's a generational player right in front of our eyes. And he's one of my favorite players. I really appreciate him. Now, for your plummet.
My plummet. I'm gonna go the complete opposite of what you did, but say Luca can have his summit, but the Mavs are the plummet.
Exactly.
Uh, they went up three. The Warriors went up 3-0. The Mavs took the Suns to 7 right before that. You'd think that they'd give a little bit more fight. They did get a game at home last night, but the odds are against their favor into coming back from the 3-0 against Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Yeah, and the next game's at Chase. Can't see much happening.
It's done.
However, I'll say this: if they were to steal that one on the road, we're getting a game 7. I don't think Luka would lose at home, but they're going to get absolutely
Where does Luca
slaughtered.
rank in the if Luca comes back from 3-0 series and wins and goes to the finals, where does he rank in the NBA?
Me personally, I know it's a team sport. I would have to put him in front of Curry simply because I wouldn't be able to take that level of disrespect. That's just me though. He would have to be ahead of Curry. He'd have to be top 5.
He'd have to be
He's
top
like
four.
he's already my 5 or 6 anyway.
He'd have to be 3 or 2, man. Come
All right,
on.
well, Giannis is the only person he wouldn't be ahead of.
Yeah.
So he's got a court case for anything else.
Mm-hmm. All right, back over your
That's a good
plummet.
plummet. My plummet. My plummet is unfortunately Scott. Not playing. But Plummet has been NBA refs, and what can I
They're
say or say? I
bad,
mean,
man. They're
this
bad.
The Celtics last game. Oh, we shot 37 free throws. Miami shot like 14. Right? It's it's too inconsistent. They're always going to be a plummet. Refs are always going to suck. They just aren't inconsistent. I'm not mad at giving someone superstar privilege or like missing a call or two. We're human, of course, but you can't be inconsistent. You must be inconsistent with your calls. Like what's a charge and what's a blocking foul. Um, you remember that thing where you would shoot or you'd pump fake, stop, and lean in and shoot?
Trae Young,
That
yeah,
would, yeah. I thought the rule was you can't do that anymore, and they call it every single time still. So they are breaking the rules. You are not allowed to do that, and the refs are still calling it, and the players are still doing it. So nothing's changed. Uh,
yeah. I don't get it.
we need more consistency. But what I am gonna need is whoever's refing the Celtics tonight gets Tatum 15 free throws. You know what I'm saying? We could use it. We get 16 free throws. We need
They
it. All
really could
right.
use it.
Yeah, but I mean that rolls into the NBA playoffs because a lot of the topic lately has been these games are such blowouts and it's not fun to watch. I just have a quick opinion on that. I don't know about the Mavs Warriors series. They're just two completely different teams. They're blowouts because they're just not good. Like the Mavs outside of Luka are just not that good. However, for Boston and Miami, unless you're a fan of either team, I'm assuming you don't check up on the injury report daily. Each team has 3 or 4 guys on the injury report daily. Celtics, Rob Williams and Marcus Smart are questionable tonight. Rob probably won't be able to go with the knee soreness, um, and Marcus Smart probably won't be able to go with the ankle. But I'm praying that they feel good. I, believe it or not, we're a lot better when they're out there. Um, and then Miami, Strus is battled a hamstring. Jimmy battling, I think, a knee injury. Kyle Lowry with the hamstring. Kyle Lowry is really good against the Celtics. He is not a negative. Hero is dealing with some type of injury. I forget, but still, it's a crucial part of your bench. With so many players going in and out of the lineup, you're going to get inconsistent play from each team. So, sure, maybe the playoffs are bad, but it's not because each team shows up and just doesn't want to play. It's different teams every time we touch the fucking court. So there is a reason behind that.
Yeah, you need to really see that the games are close, and then one team's pulling away. The games are like usually tied at halftime.
Yeah, and with like Celtics Heat, it's like the last 3 games it's just been who runs away in the first. And the rest of it, if you literally ignore the score, they're tied all the way.
Yeah, it's bad,
I'm pretty
but
sure everyone's heard the stat before, but the Miami Heat have won 3 quarters of basketball, and they're tied 2-2. If the Celtics were to not have two like historically bad quarters, the series would be over. But it's more like you just have to be great for a certain period of time in this series and
hmm
catch the other team down. But it's like that. But for the other side, yeah, it's blowouts because the Mavs are ass and the Warriors are a dynasty.
yeah, they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, just more on that series. It's real tough for every team that's had to play Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond.
Yeah,
Uh, it's what are you gonna do? This makes me think: what would have happened if the Suns had to play these dudes? Do they get swept? They get out of there in 5?
the Suns match up better with them.
I don't know about that. Because hear me out. So the reason why the Mavs had a chance to beat the Suns is because they had a generational player. They had Luca versus a bunch of good guys, right? So it's like that thing. It's like, oh, how many kindergartners could you beat in a fight? That's what it's kind of like. How many Luca, you, how many good players, 10-year olds, could you beat in a fight? And he beat 15 of them. Um, The little difference is this team, the Warriors, got a bunch of good guys, except it's like, could you beat you? And then could you beat a mini version of you in Poole? And then could you beat the multiverse version of you in Clay? And then could you beat the complete opposite of you in Dre? And then a bunch of fifth graders, not kindergarten. It's basically like it's a complete team like the Suns, except they have a top 5 player. They have the second best shooter of all time. They have the Dennis Rodman of our era. They have Gary Payton's son. They have Jordan Poole. They have a number 1 overall pick, Andrew Wiggins. They have the cum bucket. They got it all. It's a completely different team. I think the Suns would have got whacked. I think they would have got put out of there. This Warriors team is special. I think this is
They're
the
stacked.
greatest run of seasons I've ever. I think
It's sad.
this is
It's sad
different.
that Sean Livingston's not on the team. That's all I have to say.
Sean Livingston will be in their fourth quarters putting these Mavericks away. He would be in the fourth quarters putting the Suns away. I promise you.
Mid-range fadeaway, Sean
Come
Livingston.
on, come on, man. It's too easy. It's too easy. Yeah, I mean, we basically talked about. We could talk a little bit about Heat Celtics. Now I want to get into some of those OTA headlines. Um, Heat Celtics. It's been back and forth. We're hoping for a close. Well, I'm not hoping for a close game. I hope we blow them out tonight. My pick is obviously going to be Boston. I had them in 6. That's still realistic. So I'm going to keep it that way. Uh, I think this is actually a close game tonight. I think Boston sticks out a real gutty win on the road. Um, and I think Tatum and Brown must play well tonight. It cannot be one or the other. Usually, if Tatum plays well, we win. We're gonna need both. We're gonna need a big Al game, and we just need Smart or Rob to be healthy. Look, I love Smart, preferably Rob, so we don't have to play Daniel Tice. But yeah, I expect a big Jimmy game too, for real.
What I will tell you is this: whoever wins this game is going to win the series, and that's not disrespectful to either team. I just think that coming into and if the Celtics come within momentum and they win tonight, they go back home. They should clean it up, right? Uh, if the Heat win tonight, they win at home.
We get
They
get a
go.
game
They
six
go in.
Jimmy.
They either get a game 6 Jimmy. We saw what he did to the Sixers, and then or they either lose in game 6 and go back to Miami. So I think whoever wins tonight goes on.
That's a fair assumption. It's a best 2 out of 3. After you win tonight, you got to win one more. Hopefully for Boston, we win it. We go into Boston. Don't do what we did against LeBron in 2012 and let someone go for 45, 15, and 5, and just close it out instead. That would be so much easier if we just won the basketball game. Just me.
It's very simple.
That
Key
very
things to look
simple.
for:
Jason Tatum, put the basketball in the hoop.
if Tatum puts over 30 up, you know the Heat
GG.
are going down. The Heat are going
GG.
down.
If you can get 30 out of Tatum and you can get 20 out of anyone else, the game's probably over. But the thing is, Tatum hasn't been able to put up these like 40 balls yet. Dude has like 30 going into the fourth quarter like every time. Besides that 10-point game, but he has
On
like
the flip
29,
side,
30
though,
points.
the Heat, it's all about their shooters. If Struess and Hero and any other person is making their shots, the
It's
Celtics need to
tough.
be on their A game. They need to be on their A game.
And Strus, it's not even like he's lighting us up for 30 points a game. He just hits some super timely shots. He hits shots to end our runs. He hits shots to extend the Heat lead. He's a very timely shooter. I like his game a lot. He's a willing defender. I still think Tatum should put the ball on the deck against him, get to a basket. You know someone else is driving. You know they're swarming you, kick, or if you're feeling like you're that guy, get the hands high, get an M1, whatever we're talking about. But yeah, that's enough basketball. We talked about a bunch of basketball. All we talked about is basketball the last couple of weeks. Let's talk about some OTA headlines. One thing I want to bring up: there's a lot of big names missing. Terry McLaurin sitting out because he wants a
Go.
new deal. Debo wants to be traded. Baker wants to be traded.
About that Baker though, on Baker, the Browns said that they are willing to pay his salary in order to
and
trade
like
him.
so they would keep his contract but trade him, kind of like the Brock Osweiler thing.
Yeah, because they know that no one's going to take him for like anything. they're not going to trade anything valuable if they actually have to pay him, this dude.
I
So
think
like
that's rough.
bro, I bring him in, put him in next to Matt Corral, see what happens.
Not bad, not bad. You try to get rid of Sam Darnold. That is truly an immovable contract. He's bad. Let me ask you: is Baker Mayfield a top 32 quarterback?
Yeah, he is.
Who is he better than?
Who is he better than?
Who is he better than?
I'll tell you this: he's better than Daniel Jones. So if Daniel Jones is top 32, he's
That's fair. I think that's fair.
people are
Is he?
really, really so down on Baker, and it acts like he didn't throw for 4,500, nearly 4,500 yards 2 years ago.
He was nearly in a perfect system, you must admit. But I mean,
Okay,
with the right situation, yes, he could be a very good quarterback, Pro Bowl level quarterback. Yes, I agree.
he's better than Daniel Jones, and people are putting Daniel Jones in the like 26, 27 range. So I can firmly say he's better than Daniel Jones.
Is
Sorry,
Baker
Giants
May
fans, but
is
like,
Baker Mayfield better than Carson Wentz?
yeah,
You think
at
so?
this point in his career, yeah,
I think they both stink.
I agree, but I think
That's
Baker
that's
has the
sad
look.
because I used to love both of them, but
So
they are just both bad.
I think Baker plays a lot on instincts, and he
I
plays a
think
lot on arm strength.
I think
And then
Carson Wentz could play a lot less on instincts.
I agree. They both play a lot on see and throw, but Baker has the more physical attributes that Carson doesn't.
They play on seed defenders and throw.
Hmm. Let
They're
me throw
bad.
it as hard as I can.
I wanted to talk about the Terry McLaurin absent. We're gonna get into a role of receivers. He wants a new deal, depending because AJ Brown he spiked the market for him, and I get what he's coming from. Same draft class. Uh, you feel like you're outperforming him. I believe the numbers will back it up. I haven't looked at it. Your numbers back it up. You got at least a. He probably it's sad to say, but I think Carson Wentz is the best quarterback he's played with so far. So this is really he's probably like it's my time to prove it. Um, I believe yes, set out, get your deal, man, for sure. Um, that's how I feel. I think you should set out, get your deal, know your worth.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Once the season start rolls around, I think you say I'll play under the contract that I'm getting this year, and if you're not going to pay me, then I'll come in,
Well,
play this year on whatever I'm getting, and I'm getting out. I'm leaving. I'm leaving Washington.
yeah, and if they don't want to give you a new deal, take this year to be like, yeah, all right, 31 other teams. This is what I can do. This is what I should be paid for. And yeah, and with Debo, I think he should be looking at it the same way. I mean, look, I get it. Maybe some things are rough there. I think you should just play 1 year. If you want the new contract or you just simply want out, um, just rock with it this year, and then next season off season, I can get the cap is always going to go up. Someone's going to pay you, and
Yep.
the difference with Terry and Debo is Terry is in a bad situation. So the only thing that could probably make it worth it is money. Debo is playing for a Super Bowl contending team. I I would never I don't look, I never will understand. I'm not in the NFL, but if we're in position to win, I'm putting my ego to the side. I'm putting the money to the side.
Here's what I'll tell you: the Niners are in California, right? The taxes in
Yes.
California really make a lot of players not want to play there because they're a lot more of their money is getting paid. Like
Tell that
so,
to the Rams.
well, that's Los Angeles though. Like people want to be in LA. Like
True.
if you're
People
not in
want to be
LA
in
but you're in
Cali.
California, if you're just like in San Francisco or any other like Sacramento, do you think people actually want to pay taxes on that? Probably not.
First of all, no one wants to be in Sacramento. That's different.
You're right. But still, so yeah, I don't know. From a personal standpoint, maybe he doesn't like the area. Maybe he wants to go somewhere else.
in other
Debo to the
news,
Chargers.
Ron Rivera said he likes his three-headed running back group and is looking to go by committee. Antonio Gibson fantasy owners, not with the running back by committee.
I
Or if you
agree.
still rock with him, I don't know.
Brian Robinson's legit though. Don't sleep.
Moving on to another OTA headline I want to talk about. This is a little minor. It's not because this dude's a diva or anything. Aaron Donald hasn't showed up to voluntary OTAs. And the reason being is because he wants to try to find a new contract. And if he doesn't like it, he's going to go off into the sunset. I really hope they get a deal done. I want to see Aaron Donald play. I think it's a little too soon. Like, I get it. You're probably the second greatest defensive player of all time.
Behind
I
TJ
don't
Watt?
know. No, behind Derek White. I don't know how much you could really do to pass Lawrence Taylor. Unless you want to get another couple defensive player of the years, then it's probably, I don't know. I want to see him come back. I want to see the Rams just overall just go try to get it again. You got the crew for a little bit longer. I think they should just try to go for it. But again, obviously,
Give him 2 years, like 40 mil. Something
give
like that. 2
him
years,
whatever the
35,
hell he
40 mil.
wants. He's the greatest defensive player since Lawrence Taylor. Undersized out of Pitt. Speaking of undersized out of Pitt, I wanted to talk about some of these rookie quarterbacks and their quarterback battles. Starting with the kid out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett. I don't. You probably know a little more about it since you're all locked in on the situation. What are we thinking about that? Is there any signs that Mitch might start, or is it's looking like Kenny's team?
This is Kenny's team.
Kenny's
Uh,
team. Got it.
this is his team. If the social media has any indication, if the way that Tomlin's talking about him, them spending a first round draft pick in a draft where quarterbacks went in third, fourth round, that's an
Well,
indication of who's starting.
one thing because there have been first overall picks who haven't started right away. Jared Goff didn't start right away. There have been third overall picks who ain't start right away. So I
But
was just
one thing
he was a 20.
I will tell you, these are younger. Those were younger people who didn't start, right?
Pickett's
Pickett is
older.
what he's older.
He's 24, I believe.
They have the maturity level, and they feel that he
I
has
think
that
he,
maturity level.
I think he's actually older than Jalen Hurts. I think he's older than Jalen Hurts.
I think he is. He's only like a year younger than Joe Burrow, which is pretty crazy.
Joe Burrow's old, but um, all right. I mean, if that's what Pittsburgh's feeling, yeah. I mean,
Nah, like
my
the
thing is
Calvin
they
Austin
got
connection.
George Pickens connection. But anyway, um, my thing has always been just let the young guy play. He's got to know failure at some point, and he's also going to know success. You're going to get a lot more failure than success in your first year, and that's fine. No reason to give up on him. Unless
I
you
don't
end
know.
up with the first pick next year, then yeah, you should go get that kid out of Alabama. But hopefully
All I have
that's
to
not the
say
case.
is
Hopefully the Steelers are a successful playoff team with Pickett.
our defense is too good to be first overall pick in the draft.
Probably TJ Watt simply wouldn't allow that level of disrespect.
No, he just like him being on the team wins you like at least 4 games.
That's crazy. Like that is a generational defender in my eyes. Like Aaron Donald being on the team alone, 5-6 wins. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to another quarterback, Malik Willis. Malik Willis is going. I don't know if it's a quarterback battle necessarily with Tannehill, but my just quick thoughts on that. Willis will be the last quarterback to start for the Titans this season. He will be the last one on the field. Some point, Tannehill is going to get pulled. They could be 10-4. They could be having a really good year. Tannehill will get bumped out of there at some point, I believe.
It's kind of the same situation what happened with Mariota. Um,
That could also.
Mariota,
I think that also happens this year.
well, not even that. I'm saying Mariota was coming in and he was playing and he started playing like crap. And Mariota came in for they put Tannehill in for like the playoff run.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't get much one from the other, but I mean, yeah. But I also believe that's the situation in Atlanta. Mariota is probably going to get a spot taken again mid-season. Not even mid-season. It might be like really early, and they just want to
Might
see
be like
something new.
week 4, bro.
Yeah, something like that. Like they just want to see Ritter play. Yeah.
Well, if we look at the Falcons' schedule,
0-17.
they have a decent. They start off with the Saints, then the Rams, and the Seahawks. They're gonna get dogged. All of them. They play the Browns and
Probably.
Bucks, and then the Niners and the Bengals. They're gonna start 0-7.
They're getting dog. They're
They're
going to
gonna
lose
start
a
zero
lot of
7.
games.
They're gonna
They're
start
going to
0
lose a lot
7.
of
It's
games.
bad. It doesn't help that they're in like a top 3 division in football.
Line them up for Bryce Young. Line them up.
You think they can give up on Ritter that soon?
Yeah, he doesn't have a fifth-year option. He wasn't a first-round quarterback. And, I mean, you draft him in, like, the fourth round.
That's
Or
true.
third,
Also,
through whatever it was. I mean, he's not like, you don't bring in a third-round quarterback and be like, you're my franchise. You bring in a first-round quarterback and be like, you're my franchise, which is Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett was the only quarterback deemed franchise guy. It's
and he
that
stayed in
simple.
Pittsburgh. He's that guy.
If the Titans wanted Malik Willis that bad, they'd have took him in the first or second. Falcons would
Agreed.
have that bad, they would have taken him in the first or second. If they truly believed in him and believed he wouldn't be there that long, yeah. But they did because they don't think he's a franchise guy. Same with
Remember,
Matt
Malik
Corral.
Willis was said to be the 6th overall pick in the draft. Because I do.
There was two talk. There was top two talk. It was crazy.
The media, the narrative.
The narrative. The narrative is the nastiest thing in sports.
Mhm.
Last quarterback I want to talk about, Matt Corral, Carolina Panthers, duking it out with Sam Darnold. I think the only predicament there is that Sam Darnold's contract is so lofty. It's like you prefer to play him because he's making so much money, but again with Corral's talent, just like Ritter and Willis and Pickett, this kid's got talent. He's got a strong arm. He can move.
The problem a lot of people have with Corral is he played in Lane Kiffin's offense, which is like very easy. But you know what played in a very easy offense? Joe Burrow.
I don't like when if a kid plays in an easy offense, I take that as he understands the fundamentals. Matt Corral completely understands RPO. He understands, if anything, the league is going in the direction of more RPO. So I believe that was very good for his game. Obviously, you would have liked to see him a little more under center, a little more change in plays, a little more of the advanced stuff. But he's young; he'll figure it out. Obviously, Sam Darnold's not the fucking dude you want to learn from, but
Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
but Matt Rule, I think he is he used to be a really good coach. I think this is his year to really prove it. They probably won't make the playoffs, but I think Corral with the right learning, with the right teachings, I think he could be pretty well. I think he could easily play this year. I think he should.
I think he should play around week 8 because the Panthers aren't going to be good.
Not at all. All these teams are going to be bad besides like the Titans, but that's because the Titans are good everywhere else.
Hey, wait. Steelers won't be bad, man.
No, not Pittsburgh. Not Pittsburgh. I'm talking about
My argument for the Pittsburgh Steelers being better than they were last year. They were decent last year. They made the playoffs. My
you could
argument
throw
is this.
anyone back there that wasn't Big Ben and they'd be better.
Exactly. Anybody else other than Ben would have played better. And you got more defensive backs coming in. You got more defensive linemen coming in. You got
some wide
better
receiver star power in Calvin Austin, George Pickens. Those are two electric players in my eyes.
and then you also got what's his name? Miles Jack, a linebacker. Like they made some upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
They brought
They
back
did.
Terrell Edmonds. They signed Levi Wallace. They did some things where you look at it and be like, hey, we got a quarterback. Let's make things happen.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, that's some OTA headlines. He's going to be coming. Oh, also weekly. Love talking about the NFL. I had no reason to talk about my Eagles this week, but here's my reasoning now: is that we're going to the Super Bowl. That's my take. All right,
They are.
we're gonna
We're
gonna meet the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl. Nah.
Jalen Hurts, Kenny Pickett, and Pickett's going to be talked about how he's older than Hurts.
All right. We're going to be doing one more thing before our giveaway, and that will be our early MVP picks. Me and Danny will have 2 each, and 1 each from each conference. I'll go first. I make you go first on everything. I'll go first. I'll start with the NFC. My totally unbiased MVP pick out of the NFC is going to be Aaron Rodgers. I believe Rodgers goes for a 3-peat if he were to win it. I don't see any difference. LaFleur's offense, sure, like you don't have Devontae Adams, but LaFleur's offense is beautiful. And Rodgers, his numbers don't fall off when Adams is out. So he's my NFC MVP pick. How about yours? I would say seven. Seven.
Thomas Edward Brady.
He's getting seventh.
Not
Seven.
7 rings, man. What?
I thought you. I
He got
don't know.
7
I'm lit.
rings.
How many MVPs did he have? 4.
3, I think. Yeah, I think he got 4 Super Bowl MVPs.
That'd be a lot to take care of. A lot of shining on the weekends. I like the pick though. Last season, go out hard. Go out hard as fuck.
I think he should have won. I think he got robbed this year. Actually, it's like the Jokic Embiid. It's
No
like,
one got robbed. They both deserved it. It just came down to the media's preference.
yeah, and you know it's funny. They probably didn't want to give it to either of them, but they're like, which one do we have to? It's like the election, but we'll stay away from that.
Bro just compared Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady to those old hags who run the country.
They're not too
Well, I
far
guess they're
behind
the
the
old
eight.
hags. I guess they're the old hags who run the league. So, all right, my
Right.
AFC pick, Herbert, and he's my overall pick. He's my number one pick. I think he's gonna ball out this year. It's all a matter of Chargers' success. If they're good, he's got it in the bag. I think so. If they can get a 1 or 2 seed, they got it in the bag. And you're
But I'll
taking
say,
Josh Allen.
nah. I
Wow,
feel like
I
Josh
wanted to take
Allen.
Josh Allen honestly.
I feel like Josh Allen might have a chance of winning it. I'm not gonna go against my gut. Patrick Mahomes.
That's a fine pick. That's a very fine pick. If he were to win, do good in his first year without Tyreek Hill, the narratives are going to go crazy, regardless of his numbers.
He's the poster boy of the NFL, and I'm not
Golden
against it.
child.
I'm not against it.
I think Allen's probably the favorite, but I didn't want to pick him because that's boring. Justin Herbert and them boys. Those are my
Hey man,
picks.
Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere.
Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere, man. That's that Tua mentality now. All right, now we're going to be getting into our giveaway winner. Thank you to everyone who participated. I'm going to pull up the wheel. If you don't see a name, it's probably because you didn't send the screenshot. You didn't send the entry in correctly. But no reason to fear. We're going to be doing a lot of these. We just got to keep climbing. We got to keep doing. Got to start doing a lot of this stuff, man. It's going to help us grow. All that. Some names are the YouTube name. Some names are simply how I saw your Twitter handle or whatnot. So, I guess without further ado,
Let's give it a
give it a
spin.
spin. Who is the winner?
Big Jimbo
Extreme Jim Hayes. Well, Jimbo got the win. We'll reach out to you on I believe Twitter. Yeah, we'll reach out to you on Twitter. And yeah, congratulations. Thanks to everybody who joined in and participated in that. But congratulations to Jim Hayes. He's going to be getting a free jersey because he entered correctly and all that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Another great episode. Thank you to everyone who participated in the giveaway. Thank you to everybody who's watching, helping us grow. Dan, you got anything else before we go?
Make sure to use code Sideline at intheclutch.com. We have really dope apparel. They're still working on dropping our Steelers and Eagles gear, but Tone wears them to the gym.
I'm actually wearing my Michael Jordan shirt to the gym today. So
yep.
Yeah.
So go get.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. Have a good day.
Hey.